Go.
All right. Barakafar Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles that rule well, and the apostles and elders that rule well in these harsh, wicked, with these wicked times. I'd like to say salutations to all of the brothers worldwide pushing this truth. These were some of the brothers from the GMS London camp, and we're just going to go into a quick sit down, man, on the destruction of the 2/3, which is prophesied to come, must needs come, and is inevitably round the corner, man. So, brother, if you, without further ado, if you can bring out the first scripture.
This is Ezekiel 9:4. And the Lord said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Stop there, brother Baba Kashar. Now, the word there for mark is different from what you have in Revelations, man. The word there for mark is farwa, meaning a mark of exemption. What Yahweh Shai does is that he gives you this truth, and this truth really, like soon to Isaiah 33:6, is your wisdom and stability in the time of martial law that's going to come, the time of Jacob's trouble, man. This truth is our mark of exemption so that the angels walk over us in that time of martial law, man. And we're coming up to Pesach, the Passover now, and the symbol that was used then was the blood of the lamb on the doorpost, man. But literally, if you want to take that on a spiritual sense, we've been marked with that in righteousness by the Most High, man, which is this knowledge, man. The Most High has given us that knowledge because we sighed and cried and went out to seek men like unto ourselves. We went out to counsel, we watched videos, and the Most High has guided us and called us into this. And that's why we're fighting to make sure that, we're fighting for our course of that election to make sure we've not only been called but chosen, Right. Go on, bro.
Any brothers want to add anything before I carry on?
No, that's cool, boss.
All right. It's back in Ezekiel 9:5 now. And to the others he said in mine hearing, Go you after him through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have ye pity.
So what's Yahweh the Most High saying there? In short, he's saying slaughter them, man. All of them for dead. You get me? All of them, man. The Most High is not playing games with Jake. Jake think that this truth is one big game, but one thing about Jake in general is that when they catch hell, Jake are quick to get religious, man. But they're gonna all the wrong avenues, as Romans 10:2 will tell you. I believe, is it Romans 10:2 when Paul said they bear and witness they have a zeal for the Most High, but not according to knowledge. Yeah, because at the end of the day, man, Jake are into all kind of folly, man. They go to these churches on Sundays. They're up in these mosques trying to follow the religion of the Ishmaelites. They're into all other things apart from Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. They're trying to pray to some Jesus, man. And at the end of the day, man, the Most High is not with that. The Most High is going to destroy all of these Jakes, and it's going to list out who he's going to destroy. Go on, read on, bro.
Slay, verse 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women.
That's right, man. Go on.
But come not.
Make a point on that, man, because a lot of people, in this world, it's you basically, the women, all the children, but the man never basically gets taken any thought of. In that day, there's going to be equality for all. It's going to be equality for all. Whether that's child, woman, or man. When this destruction is coming through, when this slaying is coming through, there's not going to be any pity. Right, thus saith the Lord.
That's right, man.
And if I could say as well, it tells you in the scriptures, man, Deuteronomy 10:17, that the Lord is not a respecter of persons, man. So, baby, your newborn baby, boy or girl, doesn't matter, man. You're going to get slaughtered if you don't want to have your house shine reign over you, man.
That's right.
If you're of the stock of the 2/3, it's pretty much the end. It's the end for you, man. You're going to get cut off, man. You're going to have to come back, through the avenue of reincarnation in the kingdom. Right? It's as simple as that, man. And that's the time that we're really coming to right now, man. So this is the time to get right with Yahweh Shimmy Al Shai, man. It should be cut off.
That's right. The scripture says that through the fear of the Most High we persuade men, because and brothers got it on deck. Finish up with that and grab Ezekiel, the 2nd chapter. But all that, if we don't do our just duty and make our bodies a living sacrifice for the purpose of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that we're going to be held accountable for the blood of the wicked, man. That's what did the Most High say? He said, you know, the same wicked shall die in his iniquity, but his blood shall I require at thy hand, you know. But let the scriptures speak. I mean, go on with what you was reading, man.
Right. Back in Ezekiel 9. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
So where's the judgment going to begin first and foremost, man? It's going to begin with those who know they're Israel, man, and you can see it happening actively. A lot of these Jake are getting judged spiritually right now. Like, you got these flat earthers, you got all these people falling out, but the Most High is starting to take that physical action, man, through these spirits. You know, the scripture says that their spirits created for vengeance, man, and in their fury they lay on sore stripes. And you had a so-called ex-brother, I mean, if you can call him that, but you had an ex-so-called GMS member that got run over by an 18-wheeler, and now he's a human pancake, literally. Do you know what I mean? Like, the Most High don't play. The Most High don't play, man. The Most High, like, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. And really, at the end of the day, man, I speak for myself. Go on, bro.
I've got precept
as well. First Peter's chapter 4 and 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God?
That's right, man. That's right, man.
You know? So, hey, the Lord begins with his own people, man, right? Because we're really the apple of the Most High's eye, of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua's eye. So he's going to start his judgment with us, man, the wicked of our people. Then he's going to work his way around to the other nations, man, right? But it has to start with the apple of his eye, because that's order, man, right? Because the Lord, it tells you that you got to trust in your children, man. You know, if you love them, and that's what the Lord is doing to his people, right? You got it, bro.
I've got a precept as well. So Luke 12:47 says, "And that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes."
Let me stop you there, Baba Shah, because one thing that I got to say is, when in the time of Noah, the scripture tells you in 2 Peter that this shall be as the time of Noah. Back in the day, they never had rain, because the scripture tells you they had dew that watered the earth, man. People were hearing Noah preach about this rain, and they were looking at Noah like he was crazy. Like, rain? What the fuck are you talking about? And they got like rain? Like, do you know what I mean? We got the dew that waters the earth, man. But now we have Baba Kashar, as I'll read that again, Baba Kashar.
Right, it says, "And that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself."
That's right. Stop there. The servant that knew his Lord's will. At the end of the day, it's inevitable. It's obvious to the even the most simple Jake out there that turbulent times are on the way, man. Donald Trump is the president of America. If that itself don't make you realize that this place is fucked, you got an ex-WWE fanatic, and his wife was a biker chick, and that's the president and the first lady of Babylon, yeah? And you think that this place ain't come to an end, man? I mean, the Most High is bringing this place down totally. But you can see the missiles. The missiles are evidently there. The threats are being made. North Korea, Iran, they're saying they're ready to shoot at America. You know that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua's will is to bring down America, a.k.a. Babylon, a.k.a. modern-day Sodom and Gomorrah, the modern-day Egypt, with fire, man. So for you to ignore all of the obvious facts and literally dwell in wickedness, man, the Most High is going to burn you to a crisp. You're going to look like a fucking overdone... You're going to look like I was going to say... You know, you're gonna look like an overdone piece of toast, man, that got left in the toaster oven and forgotten about, and you're gonna look like a piece of shit. Literally, gonna destroy you, and he's gonna be justified in it because you heard the voice of the prophets. They piped onto you, but you didn't hear the song. You were too busy listening to some fucking 140, 70 or 70 dance off BPM. You know.
That's right.
Oh, go on, bro. Is there any more on that?
Because I'm not prepared not himself, neither did according to his will.
I got a quick one.
Shall be beaten with many stripes.
So,
yeah, that was all.
On that point as well, the Most High likens us to women, because you see, me myself, I speak for myself, and I'm sure all brothers out here, we're men in the flesh. You try to deal with women, and they go off against you, and you get mad. But you got to look at it like the same way these women are out here trespassing against us is the same way us as a nation have been trespassing against Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Because think about this logically. Imagine your woman gets into an argument with a man, you go kill the man and save her, and then she rebels against you again. That's literally what we did to Yahweh Shai throughout the whole book of Judges. So really and truly, the Most High has the, do you know what I mean? So the same, you'll be looking at your woman like you're a piece of shit anyway. So literally, look at it like that. We're looked at as the Most High's bride. So we've gone off in numerous factions against him. So it's only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time until we ended up in the position we're in now. At the end of the day, the Most High has had mercy on a specific elects, man, which we hope we've been chosen for. We've been called, but we're trying to prove ourselves chosen also, man. You know?
Can I just say something?
Go on.
The elect are spoken of as the 5 wise virgins that trim their lamps, man.
That's right.
And
right.
and the reason it says virgins because the elect are not going to be defiled by the different philosophies that they're caught amongst, and they're going to stay true to Yahweh Shemiah Shai. So in that sense, that's how we get reconciled back onto Yahweh through Yahweh Shai, man.
Yeah, bro, I was just gonna say that, man. Cause we're out here and getting our lamps ready, getting that oil. That's us being out here in the streets, man, sharpening our swords. Yeah, I know you wanted to say something. Go free, bro. Select yo.
Yeah, I just wanted to back up what the brother Napash said about our transgressions are basically going to be blotted out, man. That's the mercy of Yahweh Shemiah Shai. But the 2/3, they're not going to have that advantage of getting their transgressions blotted out, man. That's why they're going to die by the sword. And I just wanted to bring out a quick scripture, Luke 19:27. But those mine enemies, which would not have that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me, man. So that's literally what's going to be happening, man, to these niggas, man. These 2/3, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans that don't want to have Yahweh Shai reign over you, man. You're just going to die by the sword, man. You got it, bro.
God, my brother mentioned something, but because if I may, Psalms 32 verse 2 says, "Blessed is the man unto whom the Lord Yahweh imputeth not iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no guile." Just on
point on that real quick for you, brother. Salakia. You see, read that again, Baba Kashar.
It says, "Blessed is the man unto whom Yahweh imputeth not iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no guile."
Like I know a lot of brothers can attest to this in real life situations. There's been many times where I've tried to dabble in certain things, whether that be women, work situations, things to try and get myself a little bit of extra coin or whatever the hell have you. And then you will think it's all gonna go straight forward, and there's nothing that could possibly happen to block your path in it. And something spiritual will happen where it could only be the Most High, where the Most High will intervene and prevent it from happening. At the moment, it might burn you because you're in the flesh, whether that's dealing with some sort of woman or getting some sort of pay rise or getting a new job or whatever the hell have you. When you're trying to get comfortable in the society, because at the end of the day, we're in the flesh, sometimes you just want to kind of have a little bit of an easy ride. But the Most High will stop that and chastise you, man. And you'll look at it like, raw, why is this happening? But the Most High is either saving you from hell, whether that be a wicked woman trying to do some wickedness to you, putting you in a worse situation than you're already in, or he's literally doing that to hone your senses and on what you're supposed to be focused on.
Can I
the end game is?
Can I add something up?
Go on.
Well, you had the example of was it Jonah got swallowed up by the fish?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to go on and do the will of the Lord. He didn't want to go prophesy, but the Lord had him thrown overboard, swallowed up by a fish.
Yeah, Jamal was the same, man. Jamal was like, "Yo, man, I ain't trying to hear that right now." But then you know what? That it burned in him, and he's like, "Yo, man, I got to do this."
So ultimately, we're gonna do the will of the Lord, man. If you're of the elect, you are, and if not, you're gonna be destroyed, because that's what's predestinated for you.
That's right, man. The scripture says the spirit of the prophets is subject unto the prophets, and in the same way that applies to the 2/3, man. So those same people that were out there, like I watched one of the Dallas brothers, Yashawamba, the head of the Dallas camp, he did a video with one of the elders from the main New York camp, man, and they were going into the fact that all of those wicked spirits, whether that be what's it called, the spirit of Barabbas, the spirit of Ananias and Sapphira, the spirit of Absalom, that's in this modern day society. Just now they act over keyboards and not in person, man. So the same way you got the elects coming back in them same lots, you got the wicked coming back in those same lots, because Yahweh Shai said that this wicked generation shall not depart, man, until the end come. So people are out here, these spirits are out here, and they need to get judged, man. So the wicked are coming back in their lot, fulfilling exactly what they were doing back in the ancient Roman kingdom, man. So right. Hey, man, You see, they prayed and said, "Let His blood be upon us and our children." And it's time for that scripture to ultimately be fulfilled, not only through slavery, not only through the hell that Jake catch now, but when those missiles rain like hailstones, man, and you are caught in the flames, man. That's gonna be the ultimate fulfillment of them scriptures, man. You know, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands, and the Most High has got these 2/3 jacked up and gone so that they can be destroyed. Because I'll speak for myself and say, sometimes you're out here amongst these 2/3 at work, on road, whatever the hell have you, and it bugs me out. It makes me crazy, angry, thinking, how the hell can you be so off? But at the end of the day, the Most High has created them like that. The Most High, Proverbs 16:4 says, the Most High created them for Himself, the wicked for the day of evil, man. All things for Himself, even the wicked.
Right.
So everyone's got an allotment, man. People are created to die, and a lot of people can't get that. But people were created to be charcoal for the fire, man. And it's all the will of how you're supposed to have faith, you know what? Fear. So like it, brothers.
Yeah, I think the audio went for a second there.
Yeah, come.
Can I just add something? You know, obviously when we're mentioning the 2/3, we're talking about the wicked Israelites over there in America. That's predestinated to be destroyed. But you know, but when we do mention say 2/3, sometimes what we're really meaning, we're talking about the wicked Israelites all around the world, man. You know, but that scripture in Zechariah talking about the 2/3, 2 parts of the land, that's specifically talking about the wicked of our people in America that are going to be destroyed.
That's right. If I may, this is Romans 11:7. It says, "What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded." I'm going into what the brother was saying about how we're looking at these jakes and just thinking, "Yo, what the fuck, man? You know, wake up." But here's the thing, man. The Lord has created angels to actually blind those people so that they won't get this truth. Right, but the elect, they're going to get this truth, man.
That's right. That's Job 12:16. The Most High created the deceiver and the deceiver are His, you know.
That's right.
Yep.
Go on. Baba Kashar, is anyone holding Ezekiel the 2nd chapter?
Yeah,
quick?
can. From the top?
Baba Kashar, I'll bring that now.
From the top up?
Yeah, can.
Alright, this is Ezekiel 2:1. And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me.
Baba Kashar, hold it there. So guess what? The Most High is far out, man. The Most High said in the scriptures, His thoughts are not our thoughts. The Most High already knew He was sending Ezekiel out to a nation where the majority of them, 2/3 of them, 66.6% of them would not give a fuck for what Most High still sent him out there. You know, like if you watch any movie like Karate Kid even, or whatever the hell have you, and you got the sensei making you do shit that doesn't make sense, and you're thinking you're wasting your time, he's making you fetch water and like do all kind of madness and like climb trees and shit, and you're thinking it's all a waste of your time. Yahweh Shai has a purpose for everything, man, and He's got us out here speaking to these wicked two, even though they're not going to comprehend what we're saying, just so that they're going to be destroyed. Go on, bro.
It says 1 Corinthians 4:10 says, "We are fools for Yahweh Shai's sake, but we are wise in Mashiach. We are weak, but we are strong. We are honorable, but we are despised."
That's right, man. And hey, man, like I said, though our outward man perish every day, our inward man is rebuilt, man. You know, we're building that spiritual bank account, putting away those coins, you know, in the kingdom of heaven, man. Because although we seem like the baser sort to these people out here, we don't have the house, we don't have the flashy cars, the garments, the flashy garments. We're rich spiritually, man, and that's what counts, man.
Well, Salaki, go on, sorry, Salaki. I want to make a point afterwards.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Yahweh Shai said Himself, man, it's camel to pass through the eye of a needle, not a literal needle you have in modern day society, but still easier for a needle and for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven, man. Because like I said earlier, man, whenever you're getting comfortable in this society, the Most High puts a stumbling block in your way between you and so-called happiness or being comfortable here. Because at the end of the day, man, take that as a sign, man. I take it as it's all spiritual. Every time that I've ever in my life, even before the truth, thought I was going to do something to make me some money, or thought I was going to make it doing something, the Most High always stopped it. And I never understood it spiritually, but now I do, because Lord willing, Yahweh Shai, brothers been called, man. And that's the same for all of us brothers on this call now, and the brothers in the camp worldwide, man, you know?
They want your lot.
Done.
I just wanted to make a point on what you said earlier about we're looked upon as base. You know, the apostle Peter, and I forgot which other apostle. They were looked upon as unlearned men. When people looked at them, they assumed that they were.
Hey, bring it out.
Oh yeah, I'll bring it out. You're right. You get it.
But that's
Deceived.
spiritual, Robert saying that, man. Because hey, listen, man. The apostles were fishermen, and although fishing was a lucrative trade, they did handiwork. So they weren't like like you had tax collectors, yeah, and you know Yahweh Shai's, if you want to call it camp or clan or whatever they all have you.
Yeah.
But the majority of them didn't have lucrative trades. They weren't all up there. Paul really and a few of the other apostles were the only ones that had so-called high up esteemed jobs, man. So they weren't the highest of people. They'd have been in modern day society, people like plumbers and, you know, like delivery drivers, whatever they all have you. So people would have been looking at them like these people of low profession, you know, don't even wear suits to their workplace, ain't dressing in the Roman togas, you know.
I don't know if any of y'all have ever had some work done, but that's some of the realest people, man. They got some knowledge in them, man.
That's right, man.
That's it.
They're generally not indoctrinated with these sorts of bullshit that they learn in the we call it education system because they left early before uni and that.
Go
I got the scripture up. This is Acts 4:13. Now when they saw the boldness of Peter and John and perceived that they were unlearned and ignorant men, they marveled and they took knowledge of them that they had been with Yahweh Shai. And yeah, man, people look at us on the street and they think, you know, all these niggas, man. Who are they, man? These unlearned guys. Some people say that we're bums. Some people say that we can't hold up jobs or whatever. You know, all types of slander that we get as serving the Lord, and the Lord spoke about that, man. But ultimately, what's happening? The Lord is dealing with us. So when we're speaking these words of prophecy, we're speaking of Yahweh Shai. Because the spirit of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, man.
That's right.
Hey, I make 2 points, but Kashar, we just described is what he calls an ad hominem. So that's AD space HOMINEM attack, where basically they're not attacking your argument, they're not attacking anything that's about the truth. They're attacking the man. But they're going on your this or basis of an argument or reaction directed against the person rather than the position they are maintaining. Right, so when they call it, you bombs, this and the other, well, but you've been cut by the scriptures, though, right? Mm-hmm. And this is Sirach 13:23 says, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds, right? But if a poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help overthrow him. Basically saying, when you see any rich, you either might speak, oh, yes, sir, oh, totally, sir. Right, when they see us, he's just niggas, man. What they got to say?
That's right, man. Baba Kashar, yeah. I'll say let's grab 2 more scriptures in it and just round it up, not to make the video too long in it. But it's true what you're saying, brother, man. Because we're looked down upon in this society, but it's true to the scriptures. They look down upon our Lord and Savior.
Precept.
Go on.
Right, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and 21. For after that, in the wisdom of Yahweh, the world by wisdom knew not God. It pleased God by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe, man. So that's how Yahweh Hashem Yahushua deals, man, through the foolishness of preaching, because we be out on the highways and the byways and people be looking at us like we're crazy, like the brother said, like we're bums, like we ain't really got a purpose in life. But really what we're doing is we're stacking up those treasures in heaven, man. Right? We don't really care how it looks to the outside world, that we're looking crazy and we're shining on the street corners, because this is what Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has directed us to do. Unlike those people in the churches, in the cozy environment of a building, preaching the word, and they're not even bringing out any scriptures, man. We're bringing out the scriptures on the highway and byway as advised and ordered through the Spirit, man. So that's what you should really be interested in, man. Not flipping going to no church with no 501c3, just listening to filthy doctrine, man. This is really where it's at, man.
That's right.
That's how you know who the men of the Lord are. They're doing exactly what the scriptures say you're supposed to do.
Khan, I got one for you. You got one, bro? You got one?
Go on. Bring your piece up and we'll just round it up in it.
Acts 7:48, howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophet. But that's plain to the point, man. The Lord doesn't dwell in temples made of hands. Scripture says, when 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst of them.
That's right.
All right?
Speaks for itself, man.
That's right,
Speaks
bro.
for itself. Go on. Baba Kashar, go on with that, bro.
It's back in Ezekiel 2. And I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day.
That's right. That's why Yahweh Shai described them as Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets. Baba Kashar, hold Luke 17 as well on deck real quick. That's going to be one of the last scriptures. But like, at the end of the day, man, Israel has always had a notion against the prophets, man, because Israel hates correction. And you can take that on any sort of level. Even if you're in the world and you try to correct a Jake on some wickedness that he's doing, tell him adultery is wrong, tell him selling crack is wrong, tell him like scheming against his brother's wrong. He's gonna look at you like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? And you up with the times, nigga. Do you know what I mean? Everything they do, whether that be music, whether that be these video games, whether that be the way they act around their brothers, their family, encouraging them, everything they do is off, man. But Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, like I said in Job 12 and 16, the Most High has put them in that deceived spirit because he's going to destroy them. Go on, continue with Ezekiel 2, and then I'll tell you when to go to Luke 17, Baba Kashar.
Ezekiel 2 and 4. For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord power. And I've got the word impudent here in the Hebrew if you want.
Go on.
We can go into it in the outline the biblical usage. It says hard, cruel, severe, obstinate. Hard, difficult, right, severe, stubborn, stiff-necked.
You know what that describes in one word? Niggerdom. That's what our nigger people are. That's niggerdom right there. That's nigger culture that's defined beautifully, eloquently, man, in the English dictionary right there, man. You know what I mean? Because our people hear everything we got to say, and they, guess what? They take offense. But Baba Kashar, read what Luke 17 says. These are the words of Yahweh Shai himself. If this was in the red letter, and it would be in the Bible with red letters for Yahweh Shai's speech, you would see that it was highlighted exactly, because this is exactly what he said. Go and read that, bro.
This is Luke 17 and 1. Then said he unto the disciples, it is impossible but that offences will come. But woe unto him.
Saying, with what we're saying, it's impossible that people are going to get offended. There's no nice way of telling people they're going to go into slavery. There's no nice way of saying that 66.6% of a nation is going to die. There's no nice way of saying that a whole nation is going to be extinguished in fire. There's no nice way of saying that because you took someone down by blood, you got to go down by blood. You just got to say it raw and action it and stand by your word. Go on, bro.
That's right.
It is impossible but that offences will come. But woe unto him through whom they come.
Destruction, gone.
It were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck and he cast into the sea than that he should offend one of these little ones.
So, I mean, hey, that speaks for itself. The Most High is saying there, imagine that. The Most High is saying it's better for you to tie a boulder around your neck and drop into the River Thames and drown to your death with a fucking boulder around your neck than for you to offend one of his little ones, man. That's why, like I said, man, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. All these wicked scoffers out there, whether that be Nate of the IUIC, Johanna, Bubble Eye Blackfish, fucking all of these scoffers, this Avenger for Yahweh Shai, this fake nigga Iron Man, all of these man out here. At the end of the day, man, the fake Sakari that ain't really out here killing nobody. At the end of the day, man, like, you're gonna get judged, man. You're gonna get judged because you raised your hand. You've spoken against the words, the people, the prophets of Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, and you tried to put them in harm, man. What does Psalms 91 say, man? The Most High dwelleth around them that keepeth his commandments. He keepeth them under his shadow. Numbers 23 and 23 tells you there's no enchantment against Jacob. So you might be out here putting out brothers' addresses, but you might have a psyop page and find your address through your IP address and kill you, motherfucker. You know what I mean? You don't know what the Most High has got in store for you, man. Yeah. The Most High said that
we don't advocate that, just putting it out there.
Yeah, just putting it out there. But I mean, hey, man, you know, like the Most High said that he humbled kings for the sake of his prophets, man. He like, you know, he's got his prophets back, you know. So let's round it up. Go back in Ezekiel chapter 2, read down, and we'll just round it up, man. Cause The Most High has got the back of his prophets, but you 2/3, man, you have no cloak for your sins. And though we maybe not be perfect ourselves, we come under the grace of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, because we follow him earnestly and we have faith, man, that he is able to forgive our sins and that he's going to carry us through. But the 2/3, man, you're willingly ignorant, and for that you must be destroyed, what the scripture's going to say. So go on, bro, with Ezekiel 2.
Right, back in Ezekiel 2.
Yeah.
Okay. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them.
That's right.
That's right, man. So basically, in short, man, like Revelation 22:11 says, if a man be unjust, let him be unjust. If a man be holy, let him be holy still, man. All we're out here to do is propagate the word. We ain't trying to get you to know we ain't trying to get you to know food program. We ain't trying to get you to join no church. We're just telling you what it is. And then it's your decision between you and the Most High, whether you're going to either get right or get slain, man. And it's that simple, man. You know, we're out here to propagate the word, but at the end of the day, we're also not oblivious to the fact that we prophesy to the wind. And 2/3 of you, the majority of you, basically 2 out of every 3 niggas that pass by are gonna scoff rather than taking heed, man. And it seems like more than two out of 3 niggas. It seems like almost every one of them, and occasionally you get one. But hey, man, that's the way it will be. You know, there's gonna be many that enter in their 11th hour, but there's a lot of killing to be done, man. And before the killing gets done, us as the judges are out here giving the sentences, man. You know, when brothers say to scoffers, you're gonna get put to death, it's not a light thing, man. We're not just saying this to look cool. We're not just saying this for theatrics, man. It's actually a death sentence from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You've been marked by a death angel, man. That goes back to the first scripture, Ezekiel 9:4, man. We have a mark of exemption, that bawa, but you have that mark of death, man. You've got the grim reaper waiting for you, man. You know what I mean? And it's gonna get real serious for you, Jake, man. Real serious, because Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is not a man that he should lie, man. And every idle word you speak, he shall give account of in the day of judgment, you know? So, right. I don't know, is there more on that, or should we cut it there, brothers, man? Is there more, Napash?
It goes on to say, thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. For they are most rebellious, man. So, ultimately, you know, like the brother's saying, man, that's what it is. You know, they if they hear, and they get saved, and they are the elect, if they endure to the end. And if not, they're going to get destroyed.
Yeah. If they don't hear, as the Apostle been saying, we moving on.
That's right, man. Hey, no one in the truth is here to hold your hand.
You know, Amos.
Go on.
I was just going to say, Amos 9:10 tells you, man, that all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, man.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
So that's a clear and blatant message to all of you sinners out there, all you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans that don't want to heed onto this word. You're going to die by the sword. That's not even a literal sword. That will come in many forms of destruction, man. It might be a nuke. It might be the cops. You know, it could be anything. It might be another 2/3 nigga.
That's right.
That's right, man. That's right, man. You know? So you can say what he's going to say.
I was just going to say, finally, just to close up, man. Hey, brothers move as a unit, man. If you ever watched the movie 300, man, of course, brothers got each other's backs. We fight for each other. But you got to understand that on the battlefield, no one's there to hold your hand and baby you through this shit, man. Obviously, your brother will defend you if possible, you know, but at the end of the day, man, we're here to sharpen each other so that we can stand on our own accord, man. Because no warrior is there. We're called to be warriors, man. And you're not a warrior if you're piggybacking on another man's back, man. No man is going to carry another man into the kingdom. You got to answer
your own salvation with fear and trembling.
That's right, brother. That's right, man. You know? So, in short, man, fight for your crown, man. You know, whether if you're in this truth, stay striving, stay consistent, stay spiritual. And if you're watching this video and you ain't really out there like that, putting in work, you ain't prophesying, and this word appeals to you, kind of you know, your spirit, then get right with your Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai while he may be found, man. You know, before that famine of the word, man. So I mean, that's all I got to say. Unless you brothers got anything to add on.
Nope.
Yeah. Can't.
So good,
right, man. So yeah, man. With that, what we'll say, Barakafar. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. GMS and the elders, man. And and Shalom.
Shalom.